It's where the oldest recorded rodeo took place in 1869. Part of its state capital is made from material found nowhere else on the world, a rare deposit of marble-like stone with pink, pretty hues.
It's where the cheeseburger was born at Humpty Dumpty Drive-In in 1935. It's the only state that told the Olympic Committee, talk to the hand, when it was offered to host the 1976 Winter Olympic Games. And it's home to the highest tunnel, the highest paved road, and the longest street in North America.
You're listening to Queer Money episode number 473, and today we're sharing the most affordable LGBTQ plus friendly city in Colorado. Now on to the show.
Sounds like Colorado's a little bit of a size queen. The mission of Queer Money is to financially empower the LGBTQ plus community. Join us in thanking Capital One for supporting that mission. Oh, Colorado. Colorado holds a special place in our hearts, in part because yours truly met and fell in love and got married in Colorado.
Aww.
Interestingly, when it comes to Colorado and looking at the cities in Colorado, there is nearly a three-way tie. Just 1 point on our scale separates the top three.
And it's actually not the only near three-way we know of in Colorado.
Colorado also is home to 3 cities that scored a 100 on the HRC Municipal Equality Index. And as we'll share later, there are a lot of other gay things about Colorado.
It's quite gay.
Yes.
So for the runner-up position, we actually have a two-way tie between two of our favorite places, Fort Collins and Boulder. And Fort Collins is one of my all-time favorite towns in all of America.
Interestingly enough, Fort Collins and Boulder are home to the 2 largest universities in the state of Colorado. Fort Collins is the Colorado State University, and Boulder is the CU Buffs, my alma mater.
So why did Fort Collins get the number 2 spot along with Boulder? Well, it scored a 100 on Human Rights Campaign's Municipal Equality Index. Home values come in at $558,000 per property. That's the 3rd lowest for Colorado. Rent is $1,961 per month for a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment, also the 3rd lowest for Colorado. Cost of living is 115.7% of the national average, coming in at the 2nd lowest for the state. Average income is $75,000 a year, coming at the 3rd lowest for the state. And median income is $56,000 a year, coming in also the 3rd lowest for Colorado.
3rd lowest, 3rd lowest, 3rd lowest, 3rd lowest.
Number 2. Yay.
All right. Why Boulder? Boulder is also a runner-up city because, again, it scored a 100 on the Municipal Equality Index. Home values, though, 2nd highest in the state, coming in at a whopping $991,000.
That's the 2nd highest.
Which is crazy because John and I live in a city where $991,000 could buy you about 6 or 7 duplexes where you could house your whole family, extended family too. Rent comes in at $2,449 for a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, the 2nd highest in the state. Cost of living, $141.3, 2nd highest in the state. But it's offset by this. Average income in Boulder is $111,000, which is the highest in the state. Median income comes in at $77,000, also the highest in the state. So some really well-paying jobs in Boulder.
A lot of tech, the universities, the colleges there. So there's a lot of smart people doing a lot of important things.
Yeah. Boulder is also listed as one of the few blue zones in the United States per Dan Buettner. And the blue zones, that's a study that Dan and company did that looked at areas around the world where there's a higher percentage of individuals than average living to 100 years old or older. So there's something going on with the water in Boulder.
Well, it's a lot of it's attributed to the environment. The city has done a lot to sort of not allow mass production of housing not allowing corporations to come in and build these gigantic buildings for businesses. They've done a lot to protect the foothills that in which they rest, and the river there. And so they've done a lot to protect the natural scenery, and people there just love the outdoors. I think Colorado gets 300 plus sunny days a year, so people there are outside all the time doing outsidey things.
Exactly. And Boulder is one of the most beautiful cities in the country, where just that whole Boulder Valley is beautiful when you drive into it.
Pearl Street's a lot of fun to be on. It's great.
Yeah, CU, which is it primarily in Boulder, it has other campuses across the state, but it is oftentimes listed as one of the most beautiful campuses in the country. We did say that that the rent in Boulder was the second highest, coming in at $2,449.
Wait for this, though.
The highest. For anybody who knows Colorado, you probably already know what we're talking about, and that's Aspen. Get this. Average rent for a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom in Aspen runs $28,450 a month. And you may be saying to yourself, yeah, well, that's ski season. Actually, it's not. During ski season, that number goes up to $34,000 a month. I would like to see some of these 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartments that are renting for $34,000. That is just insane. Most people don't even spend that kind of money renting an apartment all year round.
No, not at all. And but a lot of those people there, they fly into Aspen on their own plane.
Yes, exactly.
So it's a little different.
Tired of all the credit card offers you get from your current credit scoring app? Download CreditWise by Capital One today to avoid them.
So as you can tell, we're continuing our Queer Cities series. If you're watching on YouTube, you can catch that whole series right here. If you're listening on your podcast player, click the link in your podcast player. We visited the great state of Connecticut last week. YouTube viewers can watch that particular episode right here, or if you're listening, you can click the link in your podcast player.
All right, some podcast love. We love it when we get some love. So Toya G 638 said about episode 462 on why LGBTQ financial products and services keep failing. They said, "Thanks for sharing such a good episode. I learned a lot." Well, thank you for taking the time to comment. We appreciate that, Toya G 638. If you feel inclined to give us a rating or review on your favorite podcast player, do so. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you comment or give us a thumbs up, and maybe do both on this episode.
Exactly. So the winner for the most affordable LGBTQ plus friendly city in Colorado, I feel like David and I attributed a lot to this, considering our contributions to One Colorado in the center and all the things that we did, all the fun we had. Of course, it got a 100 on the Human Rights Campaign's Municipal Equality Index. Home values average $563,000 per property, coming at the middle for Colorado. Rent averages $2,075 a month for a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment, the third highest for the state. Cost of living is 127.6 of the national average, coming in at the middle for Colorado. Average income is $89,000 a year, the third highest in the state. Median income comes in at $67,000 a year, coming at the second highest for the state.
Yeah. All right, some good things about Denver. Oh, there are lots of good things to say about Denver. We love Denver.
We miss home.
Right. If you wake up early enough, you can leave Denver. You can hit fresh powder on the trails in the mountains and be back in Denver in time to hit a drag show at Trax, one of the largest LGBT clubs in Denver. By our last count, there are approximately 16 gay or LGBTQ bars, from hole in the walls to lesbian coffee shops to oons oons dance clubs with shirtless boys and techno lights. As a matter of fact, Denver does have one of the few lesbian bars that are left in the country.
It's all U-turn, right?
Pardon?
Is that U-turn?
No, I think it's Blue and something. I can't remember the name of it. It's on Colfax, and we stopped there during a Pride Parade one day to go to the bathroom. Yeah, forgot the name of it. It's home to the first openly gay man and first U.S. governor in a same-sex marriage to be reelected. Now, that's kind of a little bit of a confusing sentence, but the combination of both being a gay man, being a governor, and being married, all of that Being reelected.
Being reelected, not just elected by accident, not getting married in office, not coming out in office, but being reelected, all that being out.
Yeah. From Union Station to the Denver Art Museum to the Botanic Gardens to First Friday's art walks, it's safe to hold your hand with your partners almost anywhere in Denver. We know
We've done it.
because we've done it. Denver's Pride is usually aligns with most prides around the country. The end of the end of June. It was June 22nd and 23rd in 2023, and it usually is host to about 500,000 people over the 2-day weekend. One of the things that I love about the Pride event in Denver is on Saturday they have Family Day. It's specifically designed for events with parents and kids to keep the kids active and really enjoy the opportunity to meet and see other parents, LGBTQ parents. That's a great aspect. Colorado also checks all the right boxes when it comes to the Equalidex rating that looks at what states are doing to prove that they are focusing on equality. If you are in Denver, check out the Center on Colfax, which is part of the longest street in North America. You can find it at lgbtqcolorado.org, which also hosts the annual Pride celebration.
So there you have it, the most affordable LGBTQ plus friendly cities in Colorado. Congratulations, Fort Collins, Boulder, and Denver. We look forward to being home soon. Financial independence with a checking and savings account that doesn't nickel and dime you with fees. Get a Capital One 360 checking or 360 performance savings account at Capital One today.
Make sure you join us next Thursday for Queer Money bonus episode, where we're covering the most affordable and the most LGBTQ plus friendly city in the state of the one everybody's been waiting for, California.
If you'd like to see the results of all the cities in each of the states we're analyzing, please go to queermoneypodcast.com/cities or click the link in your podcast player if you're listening, or click the link right here if you're watching on YouTube. Thank you and have an amazing weekend.